Thank you, Tanya. And thank you, Chris, for joining in here. So we are starting now. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sonika, representing Universal Business School located in Mumbai. And it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome all the viewers to EDU TV's program, which is School and Colleges Connect. We are honored to have distinguished guest today with us, Mr. Chris Bhatt, who is Senior Principal at National Public School in Singapore. Mr. Bhatt is a renowned educationist with over a decade of experience in leading schools. Welcome, sir. And before we delve into the topic of the day, I would like to introduce our organization, Universal Business School. It is one of the Mumbai's top management colleges and India's first green business school endorsed by 60 CEOs. We offer an internationally accredited British, American, and European curriculum which focuses on global thinking and provide opportunities to learn from global CEOs and CXOs. Today, we are excited to discuss with Mr. Bhatt how schools and universities can support high-ability students. Everyone's talking about it. We always have discussed about handling students with lower IQ and try to strengthen them. But today's topic is to engage and acknowledge top talents. So we would like to hear it from you, sir. What are your thoughts on how school and colleges should be supporting students with high ability? Over to you.
Thank you. So as you rightly said, generally at colleges or at schools, we tend to look at the bottom, say 10, 15%, because we always wanted to produce good results, because we take it for granted that at the top end, the children anyway will do well. Okay. There is a myth associated with it. The children who are doing well at the top end are not necessarily our high ability learners. The high ability learning need not to be someone scoring 100% in mathematics or science or languages. It is someone who has shown that extra talent, who always wants to, produce answers quickly, spontaneously, thinking on their feet, produce alternative solutions. So because they are scoring well, we generally neglect. And also sometimes what happens, the children, because they're asking so many questions, teachers do feel a bit threatened, like, oh, if this child is asking so many questions to me, I would rather ignore this. In that way, we are keeping them out of those discussions. In this, basically, we are doing disservice to these children. So what we do, or what I have done back in New Zealand and even in Singapore as well, is we identify these children through various standardized tests and giving them a question, some situation, and see what they're doing. So in the classroom, where all our classes are mixed ability classes, we need to take care of these children. So what we do is we do kind of a differentiation, a very common strategy that is used everywhere in the field of education. We try to push these children by challenging them outside the concept that's being taught. And we give them also to lead some small group discussions where we put these 3-4 top high ability students in the class first together, let them challenge each other. Then we put them into different groups of the other students who are supposed to be intelligent, diligent, and there again, we promote the discussions. When it comes to teaching of mathematics, I always ask them, I am a maths and physics teacher by myself. I tell them, okay, this is the problem, this is the solution, this is the way normally we do. How else, or in what other way you can actually come up with the solutions? Then obviously these children will find alternative ways, will find shortcuts, and we use those shortcuts and share it in a wider group, and thereby not only finding an alternate solution to the problem or the situation, but also telling other students, see, here is another option for you to do, because in the examination, obviously you have to save time, you have to get the right answers. In education, we look at, students are of two different types. One is the children who have got learning mindset, the other one who has got performance mindset. By default in schools or in universities, we are, kind of performance mindset because we want good results. Parents want good results, but the focus of the learning probably at times takes back seat. But it's very important for us as educators to look at these, I would say, top 2 or 3% of the high ability students and give them the option. The third point is the high ability students basically learn from abstract to concrete. They will be all over the place in the class. Sometimes they start thinking about maybe environmental science. Quickly they can shift into art, they can shift into the sciences or the languages. Their abilities are in selected fields. As a classroom teacher, again, I have to make sure that if I'm teaching science, I have two high ability students, they are very good at in arts. I have to see what else I can do in the class to integrate their high ability or the skills that they have got in the science teaching and learning, and I can use it to help the others as well. So as classroom teachers, it is a bit challenging, but we can find alternative ways. We can actually make them leaders of the groups. We can run after school classes. Back in New Zealand, what I used to do is one day in a week, we used to take these high ability students into what we call as a gifted education center. And we used to give them problem solving situations, group work, any issue that is there in the community, we take them out to the community. So that one day is completely out of the school system and they go outside and work. People used to ask the question, how about the learning that they missed during the day? These are our high ability students. Whatever the learning that they have missed, obviously they can actually cover it within no time when they come back to the class next time. So there are various ways that we can actually promote, but it is, I think, high time for us to look at the top 2 to 3% of our kids, because these are our maybe going to be leading
future makers,
leading mathematicians, future CEOs or Nobel laureates, whatever it is. Okay.
Absolutely.
So it's very important we look at those kids. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for your thoughts. I can only congratulate you and appreciate the techniques that you've been using for these high ability students. And I can definitely relate to it because at UBS, we also are the ones who are in sync with the industry requirements and definitely do not look upon their grades when we take them in. We look for the other, like you said, the high ability students or the areas where we know that they are going to shine bright in the future. So know where the grades are being taken into consideration. And with this thought, and maybe this session is definitely going to help more of the stakeholders in the education society. It was an absolute pleasure to be interacting with you today. And on behalf of Universal Business School, I would like to thank for your valuable thoughts and time, and also EduTV for this platform and opportunity to interact with you. So looking forward to be seeing you soon and hosting you on our campus in Mumbai, sir.
Thank you. I also would like to say everyone, first of all the children who are writing board exams, best wishes. And also many thanks to EduTV for organizing these very, very useful sessions. And definitely the tips that the education is giving you children and the education, they are quite useful. Use them. Thanks, Pranav and the team for the EduTV for bringing these valuable sessions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pranav, for inviting me, and a very good evening to everyone listening to us and viewing us. Well, higher education for all is a wonderful step which has been taken by these multiple set of organizations along with EduTV. Instead of asking me for advice, I would rather like to stand up and congratulate you all for a wonderful initiative. Higher education for all is a wonderful step, and I sincerely feel it should reach out to all possible people, starting from the topmost urban areas to the nook and corner of rural areas. Because higher education for all is such an initiative where it gives multiple direction, multiple mixing of subjects, which connects to NEP. It also adds value to multiple opportunities to students, which probably requires thinking out of the box.
I would like to congratulate EduTV and Pranav for your pioneer efforts in making higher education accessible for students across all walks of life. Colleges and universities need meritorious students. They need students who will contribute to society. It's with pleasure that we associated with tasks where our students can find pathways into education's institutes of higher education, which are of eminence and which have been doing great work here.
EduTV is organizing the SCET scholarship cum entrance test for all the aspiring students. My advice to all of you is please take this test and see exactly where you are and at what level you are, and take the scholarship, get into good universities, get good education, and be a responsible citizen of this world.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pranav, for inviting me, and a very good evening to everyone listening to us and viewing us. Well, higher education for all is a wonderful step which has been taken by these multiple set of organizations along with EduTV. Instead of asking me for advice, I would rather like to stand up and congratulate you all for a wonderful initiative. Higher education for all is a wonderful step, and I sincerely feel it should reach out to all possible people, starting from the topmost urban areas to the nook and corner of rural areas. Because higher education for all is such an initiative where it gives multiple direction, multiple mixing of subjects, which connects to NEP. It also adds value to multiple opportunities to students, which probably requires thinking out of the box.
I would like to congratulate EduTV and Pranav for your pioneer efforts in making higher education accessible for students across all walks of life. Colleges and universities need meritorious students. They need students who will contribute to society. It's with pleasure that we associated with tasks where our students can find pathways into education's institutes of higher education, which are of eminence and which have been doing great work here.
EduTV is organizing the SCET scholarship cum entrance test for all the aspiring students. My advice to all of you is please take this test and see exactly where you are and at what level you are, and take the scholarship, get into good universities, get good education, and be a responsible citizen of this world.
Ladies and gentlemen, as students of Delhi Public School, Bangla East, we, Ashriya and Melanie, are excited to announce that EduTV has started a movement for higher education for all.
We are proud to inform you that corporates and Indian private universities have joined this movement by offering scholarships to eligible schools across the Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, Gulf countries, and Africa.
These scholarships are based on merit, sports, extracurricular activities, need-based, principal's recommendation, innovation by students, girl scholars, wards of defense personnel, daughters and sons of teachers, admission aspirants from remote places, SAARC country aspirants, students who studied in war zones, single parent, students with more than 2 siblings, and students whose parents are not eligible for bank loans.
This is a fantastic opportunity for many students, and we are thrilled to see the positive impact it will have on their education. We urge other school corporates and universities to join this movement and
support higher education for all. Thank you.